All right, ladies and gentlemen, our co-main event for the evening. Where, or should I say how, is the world going to end? What is going to bring about the end of days for all of us? Will it be nuclear warfare or plague and famine? And to let us know the answer to that, we've got first, Anchorage's third funniest comic, Matt Burgoon. And his opponent is Daymen.
I fucking guess. This is why I didn't prepare for this shit. Don't care about you people.
So we got three 3-minute rounds. I'm going to go ahead and start with Matt for your opening statements.
Thank you. Okay, first off, I'd like to thank Daymen for showing up and debating me on this topic. He dressed to impress. I guess living in that Valley Village dumpster is starting to pay dividends, so congratulations. Opening statement. Daymen, he's going to come up here and talk about how we're all going to die from disease. Daymen thinks this because he assumes everyone is as unhealthy as he is. Daymen lets old men put their foot in his ass and use him as a crock shoe. So, sure, like maybe a disease will come and wipe us out through a combination of people being too poor to go to the hospital and rich white people refusing to be immunized because they're too busy believing in the healing power of crystals. That could probably happen. But I put it to you that nuclear war will be the thing that finally destroys us.
Love the bomb!
What?
Love the bomb!
Oh, the bomb was the last round when they bombed. All right. Right now, as we talk, there are an estimated 14,900 nuclear weapons on this planet, or one bomb for each one of Daymen's boyfriends that he's stolen money from. I say estimated because no one really knows how many nukes there are. There could be anywhere. There could be, like, if anyone sees like a 32-foot long tube with fins on it, let me know. That was my closer. Anyways, also, there are 30 nukes that we've just lost. We don't know where they're at. We just lost them somehow. Have you ever been driving down the street and you see a shoe? And you're like, who loses a shoe? It's like, who loses one shoe? Now make that a 100 megaton weapon capable of vaporizing San Antonio. People are losing full-on nukes. Like in 1960, a bomber was flying and the nuke just fell out of the plane. The pilot was having a great day, going, I love being a pilot, looked in the back and went, weren't we carrying like a most powerful weapon of all time in the back? Because I feel like we took off with one, and I don't see it there anymore. Much to the consternation of that crew, and I'm assuming the people that bomb was dropped on, everyone was real annoyed about that. But, to be fair, that bomb was dropped on South Carolina, so, it wasn't a big loss. So, actually, after the Cold War, we lost a bunch of nukes also because communist Russia fell, and people were just selling off whatever they could to the highest bidder. Like, you could buy a full-on attack chopper from Russia for a Madonna CD. You could buy an entire nuke for a box of Levi 501s. And you don't want those people buying nukes. Those people buying nukes are like, oh, this will look good above the mantle where like the old family musket used to go. I'll put a giant nuke there. No, they're going to use it, and they're going to use it on you. So that's my opening statement. Thank you.
Matt Burgoon, minus 1 point for scaring the fuck out of me. Dana, let's hear your opening statements.
You got a lot of nerve talking about the way I dress, good sir. A lot of fucking nerve. Anyway, Matt Burgoon dresses like somebody you wouldn't fuck. So there's that. A lot of fucking nerve. So here's the thing. I don't believe that we are going to die from either one of these things. However, I believe one is more likely, and that's diseases, because white people don't wash their hands. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm kidding. It's a lot of people, but mostly white people. There's that. There's also that. When I say white people, I mean Matt doesn't wash his hands. He looks fucking gross and he doesn't wash his hands. I should have prepared more for this. I just really came for the personal attack, so let me dig deep. I'm like this close to a real degree. He has a degree in history, so one of us did it right, is what I'm saying. One of us is doing this right. I don't believe that we're going to die from nukes, because in everyone's best interest, you don't want to kill people with nuclear weapons. Like, you have nukes, I have nukes, don't nobody want that kind of smoke. Like, it just doesn't end well. However, Oxford, since you motherfuckers trust them so much, they told me that there is a 2% chance that right now, somewhere in Deja fucking booty, they are making chemical weapons, okay? And we could be none the wiser. And do you know how long it takes to cure a flu that we don't know about? 7 years. It takes 7 years to cure a flu. All right, so I'm gonna go back to attacking Matt because I don't really care. Matthew has the head of a Wingstop flat. Like, it's not something that like you don't like, but you would prefer a drumstick, is what I'm saying. You would.
Guys are okay too.
Shut up. Okay. I'm kidding. I'm just not doing well in the first round, so I just took it out on you. It's okay. I got some jokes from Matt, so give it here. Take it back. Take this part back.
Plus 1 point for bringing biological weapons to a nuke fight. Matt Burgoon, personal attacks.
I have some.
This will be fun.
Daymen, as I don't know if you know this, he's gay. That's not a burn, that's just something he does. Daymen dates exclusively 60-plus-year-old men, which must be hard because Grindr doesn't load on a jitterbug cell phone. Daymen, is it weird dating people who are 1 generation away from owning your grandfather?
That's why I do it. Reparations.
Daymen has bad tattoos. Luckily, we have them all covered up for you tonight. Those bad tattoos will come in handy when his old-ass boyfriends have a flashback, like back to World War II, and kill him in his sleep. And we have to identify the body. It's like, oh, is that the guy? Does he have a powder puff girl tattoo on his bicep? Oh, he does? Okay, that might be him. Just to confirm, does he also have an Invader Zim tattoo on his chest? Yeah, that's the guy. That's Daymen. He died. He's dead. He's a dead man. Thank you.
Daymen, what's your rebuttal to that?
Matthew Burgoon doesn't have a chin, so I don't give a fuck about what he's talking about. You want to know something about Grindr? The reason why he could never hurt my feelings is because there was a grown man who asked to see the inside of my asshole. And I said no. And then he said please. So he can't tell me shit, is what I'm saying. Beyonce could look me in the eyes and be like, you ugly nigga. And I would be like, to you, bitch, what's up? You want to see my asshole, is what I'm saying. If a doily was a person, it wouldn't rape Matt, is what I'm saying. I don't think Matt has ever had sex, is what I'm saying.
I have had
Because
sex.
I don't think you have. You're an
it
incel.
was okay.
You're an incel. I don't think. And it's not by choice. It's because
I had
no
sex
one wants to
once.
fuck you.
It was fine.
Shut up. Your ears are 7 inches lower than where they should be. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut it the fuck up.
You know, I take it back. That any comment is now burned.
I have never seen sideburns stand at attention like a boner. Your hairline is receding is what I'm saying. Sir.
It's okay.
Sir. You have the sideburns of Pac-Man because your hairline is receding.
No.
You're jealous of me
refuse to
because
believe
your
that.
hairline is receding.
I do not believe that.
Okay, all right. I'll end it on this. No one will ever fuck you, ever.
Wait. Someone fucked me. I have a written statement
they
in my
didn't.
back
You're
pocket
lying.
right
That's
now.
called rape. You raped
It's
him. You raped that man is what you did. You raped him, and then he wrote up a statement, and now you have a court document that you are showing people to let people know that you've had sex with someone, but it's still a rape. One rape is too much rape, sir. One rape. You fucked Matt?
She fucked me.
Shut up. No, you didn't.
Thanks, Mom. You tried.
I fucking knew it. Oh wait, I still got 30. This is great. Okay, Matt, you have no dick. I only know that because that's the reason you've never fucked anyone, and you were too embarrassed. And then one day you told me in confidence, and I said I'll never tell anyone, but now I'm telling everyone that Matt has no dick. So there's that. Okay, you guys didn't like that one. Well, I got more later. Give it back to him.
+1 for getting Matt a sympathy fuck.
Thank you.
Matt, your closing statement.
Oh, okay. Well, that was something. How do we even get back to the topic of nukes? All right. Okay. Here's why we're all going to die from nukes. Because our nuclear arsenal in the world is controlled almost exclusively. I don't know why. Due to something like one person said my food's spicier and the other one go, no, mine is. And they've just been at each other's throats for 50 years about this. They spend their entire days just staring at each other from the border going, I'll fuck you up. And the other guy's like, I'll do it. Try me. Like, France has 300 nukes, and the leader of France, Macron, married his grade school teacher. He saw a woman while in 6th grade and goes, I don't need to see any other women. That's the one. That's not someone you want in charge of nukes. England, they have Boris Johnson. They have 200 nukes, and he is a hate-mongering English buffoon who looks like a stuffed animal that lives in a mud puddle. He spends his days yelling at poor immigrants while both of his hands are stuck in honey jars. He's in charge of 200 nuclear warheads. And last but not least, the big wet boy himself, Donald Trump, has 1,000 nukes at his disposal. And nothing I'll say about Donald Trump is funnier than what Donald Trump will say himself. No one's that talented of a comedy writer. So I'm just going to let these 3 tweets speak for themselves. September 2017. Roger Goodell of NFL put statement out justifying total disrespect of football players showing our country. Tell them to stand, damn it. Tweet number 1. Tweet number 2. The U.S. has great strength, but if forced to defend ourselves, we will have no choice but to totally destroy North Korea. Little Rocket Man on a suicide mission. Tweet number 3. Graydon Carter's Vanity Fair party is a joke. No one respects him. Are you shitting me? He insulted the NFL, briefly threatened nuclear war, and then started talking about a New York Vanity Fair party. He is definitely going to get us all killed. Thank you. Good night.
Matt, were those 3 consecutive tweets?
Yeah. And they were like 20 minutes apart. It's terrifying.
All right, Daymen, your closing statements.
Support black business. No, I'm kidding. Here we go. My thing about dying from nuclear weapons, it doesn't scare me because there are 3,000 people who dedicated their life at the UN to making sure that shit like that doesn't happen. Opposed to the 4 who care about the super AIDS in Alaska. So I don't understand why he's afraid, is what I'm saying. You see, this is why I didn't do this. I was just going to go with the jokes. I'm not really a factual person. I'll try one more fact, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to just go back to talking about it. Okay, well, here's the thing about Matt. He talks about my tattoos, but he looks like any one of the unfuckable characters from Jimmy Neutron. And when I say that, I mean he looks like Sheen. He looks terrible to be only 39 years old.
I like that you think there's some
Matt's
fuckable
34 years old. Matt is 34 years old and he's falling apart.
Yeah.
His bones are made of soy milk, is what I'm saying. I don't understand why you would trust anybody who's transparent. Like, I just don't. He's made of glass, is what I'm saying. Matt shaves his pubic hair on his chin to make it look like he is a person in the world, when in actuality, no one loves him. So I'm confused about why he still tries.
Oh.
If a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? Is the same logic his parents used when trying to leave him at the fire station. When I say that, I mean they tried to leave him at a fire station, because look at that. Fucking look at Matt. Would you want your kids fucking Matt is what is all
No, you don't
like,
want your
would you
children
want
fucking
your
me.
adult children, since all you fucking comedians are pedophiles, would you want your adult children fucking Matt? That's a real question. I want answers. I want you to answer me. Look me in the eyes and answer. What? No, that's all I need. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Okay. Right. Which one? We got one.
I'll end it on this. A bird shit on Matt's jacket and he felt like doing nothing about it. That's the kind of person that Matt is.
It was just a bad.
Also, he has a history degree and no job, so I win by default. I support black business. That's all I got.
Daymen, everybody. So, who here thinks Matt Burgoon won with nukes? Pretty solid. How about Daymen with Plague and Famine? That's a little sadder. Your winner, Matt Burgoon!
I have a degree. I don't give a fuck about none of this.
I would like to thank the audience for siding with reason and logic. Also, I'd like to thank Greg for hosting this. Greg, your suit looks really good. I hope the judge gives you your kids back. Thank you. Good night.
I invited one. Stop sucking dick.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you having a good time?
We are, yeah.
Okay, good. Just a little concerned there for a second.